Very serious ending for a show that's feeling very comical this whole way in. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with the next episode of Dandadan. You know, I never actually know how to write that. Because before I was writing Dan, space, duh, space, Dan. And, you know, for uploads and everything, I put in Dandadan, one word. Never really knew how to write it. Anyway, we come back, of course, with boards, one board, singular, board and a note. Notes, plural. I come back with a board and some notes. I am out of it today. I don't know what the hell. Anyway, to the board. With the board comes the board changelog, which again, not very involved because I feel like we're still in the setup. So I added Shoma and connected him to Granny with a white line. And then I added a white line connection between Granny and Ken. Again, I put down white line because it's uncertain. It seems like Granny is in support of Ken, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what to consider it. I obviously don't believe that Granny is going to attack Ken himself, but the element that Ken is also cursed by Turbo Granny, and an element might be at play that she has to fight Ken because of Turbo Granny, but it's still fighting Ken. Again, white. I think a white line is encompassing that. And again, I don't think Granny cares about Shoma, and Shoma's not really thinking about Granny, so it's a white line. They had contact with each other, but not enough that either one even considers the other one. Like I said, though, I do come with notes, plural. Like I said during the reaction, I assumed what we were doing in the opening bit was showing off the Granny-like fake psychic as some sort of front to then have her be a real psychic that just doesn't want to be bothered by randos. As it turns out, it was a fake out, but more of an audience one. We were meant to think that she was no good before the fight, then see the fight and either be confused or ask what was going on before, to then see how good she actually was when the truth comes to light. It is a fun way to do a character reveal. Some reminds me of stuff that we saw in Mob Psycho when they had Reagan on TV and he was trying to fake his way through the TV psychic stuff that they were doing. So the way Granny explains her initial defense kind of confuses me a little. The placement of the nail denotes what type of seal the line makes. If the nail is on the inside, then that means the barrier protects everything inside of it. If the nail is on the outside, then the barrier protects everything outside of it, and the inside is the only safe spot. That's pretty cool, internal logic and all, easy to understand. But what confuses me is why wouldn't you just draw the smallest circle possible, and then put a nail on the outside of it? Then everything would be protected always, except for anything that could reach and stay inside of your tiny circle. Also, how far does the barrier effect go? Later, Granny says how far her powers work in. Does the barrier she put down extend that far? Is every ghost in the district now on fire? Or is it something that loses strength the further away from it you are? Because if so, doesn't that imply that Ken, or, Turbo Granny, could have run at full speed for a distance and just gotten away from the barrier's effects? And, the fact that Turbo Granny is extremely fast would, also imply that would be extremely possible. It's a cool system. It just raises some questions that are thus far unanswered. I wonder if Granny not believing in aliens is just a gag, or if it's a whole thing that aliens are just ghosts or something. Her not believing in aliens is just another form of her obtuse form of conversation that is meant to be annoying to Yase. I mean that is it feels like what's going on here. Because again, if it's not a gag, if it is a gag, then that's just something to be played out for laughs later when, she encounters aliens. I'm going to assume that when that happens, she's just going to say they're ghosts. So, or spirits rather, or whatever. A spirit medium cannot defeat a location-based spirit, which is, of course, what our characters are moving to do this episode. But it works to establish a hierarchy of power, for spirits anyway. Roaming spirits are weaker than location-based ones. Of course, that doesn't feel like it will be an ultimate scale yet. Like, we could encounter a really weak location-based spirit, or an overpowered roaming spirit as time goes on. Heck, much like Bleach had that multiple levels of opponents. I think I brought this up in an earlier reaction to a different show. Magia Record, when I pointed out the fact that Bleach had the element of we have hollows and we have Shinigami. And then we have, well, what happens if we combine a Shinigami with a hollow? And then we have what happens if we combine a hollow with a Shinigami. And, we get different things like Aaronkar, or I forget what the other one was called off the top of my head all of a sudden. So the element that we have comparative levels of different types of creature. And here we're giving a power scaling to, well, one, what a spirit medium can do based on their territory, and I guess the god that lends power from it. But then also different types of spirits. And then, heck, much like Bleach, we had different types of opponents. My first thought it was how aliens are going to compare. Like, if they're going to show off different levels of alien scaling as well. And then we're going to compare alien scaling to ghost scaling to spirit medium scaling. So, I don't know. Everything just seems to be coming at Bleach to me these days. It's kind of funny that Granny goes all in on you both have to get stronger without any proof of how strong either of them really are. Like, Ayase needs to get her psychic powers stronger, but Granny hasn't even seen her use them yet when she says that. Nor has she described their limits. At best, they've described how bad at running they are, but she prescribes the Saitama training package to Ken for that. And my last note here. Sounds like Granny was describing Ayase's power in the same way Superman gets described. He locked away his powers using mental blocks and slowly had to unlock them over time. Same thing seems to be being described here. Ayase was super powerful when she needed it, when the aliens abducted her, and now it seems like it's blocked away, so she has to unlock them. Although this might be a subversion of that. She might go into the next battle and realize that when she's in incredible danger, everything just gets unlocked, right? Could be. Either way, though, that is my notes. That was the board. So let's go ahead and hop on in and see what the next episode has for us.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
It does seem crazy that our first fight is going to be against what seems like the strongest thing. I guess unless the element might be that the element might be that Turbo Granny is separated from the location-based spirit now and then actually weaker. Oh yeah. Since Granny is the spirit medium, right? And her power is based on being here. Ayase being a psychic, or having, I'm just wondering if Ayase's powers are going to be location-based as well. Well, it was a pretty good try. I guess technically you should try pushing the heads away. Plus, you know, you can only do this twice. Oh, thanks, I guess. It's like one of these the location-based spirit and the other one's Turbo Granny. Challenge it to a race? Yeah. Yeah, two different sets of eyes. I'm thinking they are the two different spirits. I mean, especially now the fact you can change reality as you did to Ken when you tried to run away. Oh yeah, I forgot that was the plan. I mean, I would argue the fact that if you just killed them now, that nobody would ever hear. Yeah, you're cheating. Oh, she's not cheating. I don't think she knows how to count. I mean, I would argue with them about they don't know how to count and then teach them how to count. Oh, okay. We're monkeys pawing how to count. Playing her own fucking game. I mean, you did offer. Literally playing her own rules from episode 1. Should have worn the outfit, I say. Oh, that's pretty good. Inhabit them, then rip the clothes off. And then you can leave them if you want. Oh. Good. We're using the thing from last episode. I love it. They established it one episode, now they're using it this episode. Oh, this is gonna be the local one? Okay, so they were broken up. I thought for a minute we weren't gonna get an opening. So yeah, I guess I was wrong about the two heads being the one local and one being the granny. Because quite obviously the other one was a giant crab. Quite obviously, I don't think applies to shows like this anymore. I guess that explains that there in the opening, why there's a giant crab. I just assume a bunch of the stuff in the opening was going to be things we would experience later. But no, the giant crab in there is apparently the location-based spirit, which I guess is the source of Granny's strength. I think the implication they said before was that Granny was a legendary roaming spirit who then became increasingly stronger when they merged with the location-based spirit, but they're not merged with them now. Also confusing. What the fuck is the cat? Like, I put the cat on the board from the beginning because it's in the ending credits. And, you know, not to keep invoking Bleach, but I kept thinking about the stuffed teddy bear that had the soul thing in it. So it was moving around and became like a mascot for the show. So yeah, I don't know how we're gonna deal with the location-based spirit. I guess if not for the fact that maybe having Turbo Granny forcibly merged with Ken might make them unable to do anything else, and now we're gonna have Turbo Granny versus Location Spirit. Okay. Also, I guess, how the hell did the location-based spirit leave its location? Because I thought that was one thing that they couldn't do. I mean, this is twice, which is their limit, unless they go beyond that, which is also something they introduced that he would have to do. Ironically, considering you're supposed to get past the city limits, but you're actually heading closer into the city. I feel like you were more out of the city where you were. Are we not counting the one from before? Did it get reset when you merged in? Is this going to be like Bleach, where people can't see the ghosts, or... I mean, if they see Ken this way, then it means they must be able to see him. Also, the face looks like an exaggerated version of Tokyo Ghoul, right? Because if they can't see it, I have to wonder what they think is going on with all the destruction across the city. To be fair, they're shouting explosion, not giant crab. We're gonna cook it. I mean, it is a ghost. Does it react like a normal crab? I'm just saying, ultimately, you would think it would be dead already because it's a ghost crab. Yeah, again, it has people in it though, so you wouldn't want to eat crab person. All the people that were in the crab is what I'm guessing. Oh, okay, it's the granny's doing. If Shono City is their territory, then what about the god that inhabits this place? I'm sorry, where's that thing coming from on Ken? Since we know Ken got his dick back. Okay, over the back. I almost thought it might be coming out of the fly, that's all I'm saying. I would say I would like to point out that in this current season, there is an anime about horse girls racing on track. Oh, there we go, combining powers. I like this remix. I keep saying I love classical music. Sorry, now my mind's just going off into the music. If you could land on that. I would say, assuming that leaves the city. Oh. To cushion the landing. I thought she was going to try and fly. Okay, he wasn't... I guess he did transform there at the final. I was going to say, because otherwise his feet would have been ruined. Yeah, but we know how to weaken her now. Suck on that teat. Now there we go. Full on merge mode. As we saw in the bathroom. Now, there we go. That was the plan. But again, I mean, it might move really fast, but I don't think it's going to leave the city. Also, conceivably, if this thing was moving as fast as it should be, there's no way you'd be able to stay on top of this thing. Fair enough. Good on you, Granny, for knowing that. Oh, didn't know we planned this. Okay, so not leaving the city. Got it. And since it's not in its home territory, it's weak. Okay, so we also save everybody. Who unfortunately also got thrown out of the body going 1,000 kilometers an hour or whatever. Hopefully they didn't fucking die. So I'm guessing the only way Turbo Granny's gonna be able to survive is staying merged with Ken? Because I feel like that was a conceit of the show. Oh, okay, I completely misunderstood. I thought they were being freed.
ターボババアのことは昔から追い続けてきた。ババアが現れるのは決まって、理不尽な死を遂げた少女の霊がいる場所だった。成仏できねえ少女たちを慰めて回ってたのかもしれねえ。
Then why did she merge with the spirit that did it?
襲っちまったらダメだ。力ずくで向こうに送ってやんなきゃならねえ。聖者もだ。死者を愚弄するようなことは絶対しちゃならねえ。 彼らの領域に土足で入るような真似すりゃ殺されても仕方ねえのさ。それが聖者と死者が共存していくための
Very serious ending for a show that's feeling very comical this whole way in.
無事でよかった。
Yeah, there you go. Answering my question from the beginning. Yeah, we still haven't covered the fact that Ken has a family or not, because she's been out here for like 3 days without even regard to his family.
おめえ本当にチンコついてんのか？ありますよ。取り返してくれてありがとうございます。
Yeah, win for this episode.
ちゃんとついてんのか見せてみろってんだよ。バカなのかなこの人は。イカれてんのかあんた。綾瀬さんどうにかしてください。
It's a fun fucking show. The fuck is she up to?
いろいろお世話になりました。夜遅いから気をつけてね。この家より安全だと思います。次は逃がさねえ。絶対見せねえ。寒い。ほっといていいよあんなの。どうせ本気じゃないから。
Here's my thing: is like everything I heard about the show is hot granny, hot granny. It's like she's all right.
それじゃあ
さよなら。
バイバイ。
さよなら。さよなら。
さよなら。
Now we're gonna go launching back on each other now.
さよなら。さよなら。さよなら。
You catch on fire when we go through the gate.
オカルン。また明日。
Damn straight.
はい。
Got a friend now. I mean, not the episode I expect. I guess, I don't know, I'm in a weird spot. I thought that this was going to be a very serious episode and the fight was going to have, like, massive stakes or whatever. But it was just a really fun episode, right? And then the after fight thing was the very serious thing, you know, regarding the whole fight with Turbo Granny and the sorry, I forgot the words here. Localized spirit, whatever it's called. But yeah, no, I mean, very fun episode. I apologize if it's not the normal reaction you expect to get from something like this, because I don't know. I watch a lot of over the top reactors as well, where it's like, oh my god, all the time. But hey, you know what you get from a channel called Stone Faced Reactions. It's not that I'm like unpurposely subduing any reaction I might have to a thing. This is just my normal face. Like I mentioned before. Shit. Did I mention it in this? Sorry, I react to so many shows. I kind of forgot if I mentioned this in this show or a different show. I get a resting emotionless face. Takes a lot to draw anything out of me. And I apologize for that. Maybe this isn't the best face for me, but that's where I'm at.
おばあちゃん、どうしてカニだったの？
死者の霊は三途の川を渡るためにサワガニの姿になるって言われてるからな。
それであのトンネルで自爆霊に。ってよく食べれましたね、本当に。次回、玉はどこじゃんよ。
だから見せろっつったのによ。
Okay. Implication 1, something may have stolen his balls. 2, there was a reason Granny needed to check if his dick was back. Anyway, the thing about that is that during the fight, Ayase had this whole thing about Granny said this about dead spirits and crabs and whatnot, right? It's like, I don't remember that being said at any point. And not for nothing, you guys know I take notes about the show and what's said and what that might allude to. Feel like I would have written a note about that. So it's like, no, she didn't. And now, on the next time on, the episode after the episode Ayase says Granny said this about dead spirits and crabs, we're going to say a thing about Granny said this about dead spirits and crabs. Wait. Sorry, I'm just now remembering. Is that normally what we do when the next time on this show? Or is it them talking as though they were talking still during the episode that they were in, while the next time on shows us what's happening next time on the episode? Because they might just be saying that in the next time on because it was said this episode. And I barely can remember now. Didn't last time we saw next time on, it was them just talking about whatever they were talking about in the episode? So, okay, yeah. The visuals of the next time on, I think, are completely separate from the what's being said. So never mind. Take back everything I said there, and just. Although oddly, they are talking about the crab thing, and then Ken is drawing a picture of a crab thing. So that feels very much in line. I don't know. Maybe I'm just lost. But it is a next time on bit. People often ask me, hey, why do you even watch the next time on these shows? Because it's part of the show. It's a fucking dumb question. I apologize if that's insulting to you. But, yeah. The next time on is a part of the show. If I was watching this week to week, I would watch the next time because I would want to know what's coming, because that's legitimately all I have to think about the show is the next time on for that week, right? why wouldn't you watch the next time on? Also, yeah, not for nothing. I'm not like I don't understand why you wouldn't watch the next time on. That's because it might spoil you? To what? The show you're watching? It'd be different if it was like I saw the next time on for like 5 episodes down. It's gonna spoil me for everything behind it. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm suddenly on this track either. I'm in a fight with somebody who doesn't exist about a thing that doesn't matter. And not a comment I've ever gotten on this show. Anyway, really fun episode. Really enjoyed it. Seems like we're done the Turbo Granny arc, except we can't be. I mean, unless Ken never gets a power again and this becomes an Ayase-centric show, which I'd be totally down for. Ayase is an incredibly fun character. I'm always happy to see a female win or a female main character. I know this is more of a duo thing, but if she's the only one who actually has powers at the end of the day, perfectly fine with that. I mean, I'd be happy also if Ken did get a power, because Ken's whole story at this point is kind of like sad nerd kid who's been picked on and had no friends his entire life. So if he had powers of some sort, that would kind of keep him in the loop. So I would be glad if he kept in the loop so that he could have friends and that Ken has a happier, more fun life with Ayase, rather than just Ayase is really cool now and the continuing journeys of Ayase and her loser friend Ken, right? So I would prefer them to be equals, but I'm also happy to see Ayase get a win. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to call it here now. I think I'm just in a heavy ramble, and there's no point in that. So, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?